Hello. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 8 of the Australian 21-day meditation program with Sahaja Yoga meditation team. I hope you've all enjoyed your weekend and you've enjoyed all the beautiful meditation sessions with the Sahaja Yoga team, and that you're ready for another wonderful experience through the meditative path this evening with us. Now, before I get into more detail about the session, may I just ask if we've got any people who are joining us today for the first time? Could I have a show of hands, please? Virtual hands, of course. All right, we're good. All right, then. Then I'm speaking with veterans, I suppose. Last few days, we have learned so much about Sahaja Yoga. What a journey it has been, moving through our subtle body and learning so much about our physical and spiritual being, accessing that amazing source of energy within us, which lay dormant for such a long time, awakening Mother Kundalini and enlightening our subtle system through the powers of this divine energy. We have learned about the various energy centers in the body. We have learned about the three channels, the left, the right, and the center. And we have learned some basic techniques of getting into silence, getting into inner peace, and getting into a complete balance, complete harmony with oneself. So really hoping that you've enjoyed all of that and more with us. We will jump into today's session. Now, as it was mentioned yesterday, I hope you've got your ice packs ready. So today we will be, working on the right side, and we will be looking how to cool down the right side and using the cooling effect of ice and water to steady our attention and make us less reactive. So if you haven't already prepared for it, that's all right. If you still can bring a bag of ice with you, it could just be a Ziploc bag with some ice cubes in it, or an ice pack, a gel pack, or or an ice block. So keep that ready, keep that handy for our meditation together this evening. Also, if you haven't prepared, if you'd like to prepare the materials for a foot soak, that would be great as well. That's an amazing technique to balance our right side. So if you could, you just need a dish or a small bucket full of lukewarm water. And please remember, as we've mentioned before, this bucket is used only for the foot soaking technique and no other work around the house. So yeah, a bucket of water or a tub of water, a handful of salt, a pitcher to rinse your feet after the meditation, and either towels or paper towels to dry your feet. So if you have all these materials ready, that's great. If you don't have these materials ready and if you cannot get them ready, never mind. Let's just stay with us. Just keep your attention, on the program, and we can still have an amazing session together, and we can still get into meditation, even if you don't have the materials handy today. And we will be doing a number of, sessions with water in the future, in the coming days, so you won't miss out on anything. All righty. Now let's start our session without much ado. Before I introduce you to the presenter for today, let us start, get into meditation just a little bit. So let's take a deep breath. You may close your eyes. Bring your attention to the top of your head, just on the Sahasrara, the top energy center. Just try and silence all thoughts within. If any thoughts are coming into the mind, do not fight them, do not engage with them. You may just say, not this. And just try to enter that silence, which is now familiar to us through meditation. So as we have learned, we will raise our Kundalini and take a bandhan. Today, let us do this exercise. For the beginning of our meditation, we can watch Shri Mataji's video, where Mother is raising her Kundalini and teaching us how to do it. We can follow Shri Mataji's actions and do it together.
Hand has to be put in front like that, and the right hand is to be turned in a clockwise manner. Let's do it like that. You start moving it up, take it up like this, take it up, push back your head and loosen your shoulders and give it a twist. Now you tie it up there. One. You'll see the result just now, the proof of it. Now again do it. Take it up, push back, give another time. Now the third one has to be 3 times you have to tighten. Again do it. It's very simple. Everybody can do it. 1, 2, and 3. Now you see, you'll feel it more. Like this. And give a kind of a protection to your aura. Now 1, this one protection to the 7 centers, so 7. Then 2, then again the 3, then the 4, then the 5, all the centers, then to the 6, and then to the 7.
All this temple becomes so cool and so beautiful. It is very surprising. A very dynamic person becomes extremely compassionate. So with this thought, let us start today's meditation session. Let me introduce you to your presenter for today. So let's welcome Sean. Hi, Sean. Welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you? How's everyone doing?
Yeah, very good, very good. I hope you're ready with your ice and water and an exciting session.
Yes. I've had quite the day, and I think this will be very, very useful for me. So yes, looking forward to it.
Excellent. All right, our audience, dear audience, I'm going to leave you in capable hands of Sean now. If you have any questions during the session, please direct them through a direct one-to-one chat to myself, and we will look to answer them when we have a logical pause or towards the end of the program.
I was also going to say as well, I think there's some people that just came in probably when you introduced before, Subhani. I was going to say, if you are coming in for the first time and you like to do a session, just let Subhani know so that she can break up the room as well.
Yeah, thanks,
I think there is one person in there, so definitely good to go. So yeah.
Sure thing.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Subhani.
Over to you.
All right, thank you. Well, good evening, everybody. I hope you've had a good week. So one thing that we want to, first of all, a little bit about myself. My name is Sean. I have been practicing Sahaja Yoga for, I'd say, almost 20 plus years, and I find it very helpful to essentially share with you some of my learnings and also some of the things that I found very helpful. And Sahaja Yoga has been really helpful with what I do with my life. It's a lifestyle, and something that's really enriching and thrilling to be a part of. But as we know, in our day-to-day, we always get very caught up, very thinking about what's going to happen 5 seconds from later. 5 seconds forward, or we might be thinking what's happening for tomorrow. We just started the week. We're probably thinking about the weekend again. So there's a lot of things that are already being accounted over here. And sometimes we do need to find ways to cool ourselves down. Now, if you remember on Saturday, on day 6, Angela would have presented the concept of the foot soak, where we use the elements to essentially cool ourselves down and actually work through our chakras. And today what we're going to do is basically talk a little bit more about another technique that you can do that will help us cool down the right side. So if we could please have the slide up, please, on the different channels, please. I would much appreciate it. Thank you. I just want to give a big shout out to our tech person as well, who's helping us put this screen share. Big shout out to Mitya, as I like to call him. Thank you so much for your support over here. So in Sahaja, we recognize the three channels, as we call it here and that these three channels represent the state at which you're in. So you've got the past, the present, and future. So today, the foot soaking technique that you learned on day 6, it helps work on the right channel, and that helps you cool your attention and also just bring you back to the present. Remember that Sahaja Yoga, it's all about being in the present, not 5 seconds after, not 5 seconds before, this very moment. That's the whole idea over here. But sometimes we get too caught up thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow. We future plan. Could be either the school drop off tomorrow. What time do you have to get up ready? If it's maybe either any particular projects or any presentations coming up. Some of you might be thinking, oh, I've got this big meeting on Wednesday. I've got to really prepare for that. But then we forget that we have to be in the center. So what we want to try and do, we forget by doing the techniques that we learned today. Foot soaking is one of the things, but one new technique that we've got today is called the ice pack. I've got an ice pack over here. And essentially, I do it 2 ways. As Subhani said before, you can either just have it in a Ziploc bag, where you just essentially put a bunch of ice in there. That's perfectly fine. The other thing I also do as well is I actually have a, I actually put a water bottle into the freezer. That's also another good thing as well. The other thing that you can also do is just those freeze, the bag, the sort of flex gels, the ice gels that you get from the pharmacy. That's also really good as well. And that's something that you can do. You can do a DIY flex gel. It's up to you. There's whatever works. I'm a bit of a DIY kind of person, which is do it yourself. So I like to just get a Ziploc, chuck a couple of ice in, and away I go. Now, with the ice pack, how that works is you would essentially take the actual pack, and so I'm just trying to get the pack over here. The pack would be just on the right side of our body, which is where our liver is. So what we want to try and do is put this ice pack towards the right side, just below the rib cage, as mentioned on the slide over here. You should hold it with your left hand. The other thing that you can do as well, I do get that it can be quite cold. I do have a towel present with me as well. So what you can do is you can just wrap it up with a towel. And that will allow us to, you can slide it in your body, or you can just keep it holding it like that, whichever works for you, and just hold it towards the right side of your body over here. And just keeping your right hand open as well. So that will be the technique that we use, and we will actually do this in our meditation today as well. So again, just letting everybody know, ice pack, you can either wrap it in the towel, put it towards the right side of your on your liver, just below the rib cage area. So I like to say where your leg and around your hips area. So just that part of it, just towards the right side, and just leave it over there. So what we can do now is we can actually run a quick meditation on this, just so that people can actually understand how it works. If everybody is ready to got the foot bucket ready, we can actually start this right now. And actually put our legs in the bucket. So just remember, again, having your bucket filled up with the water. Have a bit of water on the side just for you to rinse yourself after. Bit of a towel or paper towel is fine. And make sure you're sitting comfortably over here. Cool. Okay, so let's get started now. We're just going to put our legs into the actual bucket. And when you're ready, you can take the actual ice pack, wrap it around a towel, or if you don't have a towel, that's fine as well. And just put it towards the right side of your liver. So in the meditation, just take a couple of deep breaths in and deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Anything that is relating to the future, we can just say to that thought, not this thought. We want to be physically and mentally present at this very moment. Now putting your hand on the, making sure your hand is still firmly on the below the rib cage over here. What you can do is you can just say, Mother or Motherly Energy, Mother Kundalini, please cool my right side. Any excess heat? Let anything that's happening in the future be not relevant because I want to be present. And just sit in silence, enjoy this moment. Feel yourself cool. Just enjoy being present. Do not worry about what hasn't happened yet. Let us find joy in being the present. Let us find peace. If you're feeling any tingling, that's okay. Enjoy being in the present and not worry about tomorrow. Any thoughts that come to your head, just say to yourself, not this thought. Just be in that witness state. We can slowly open our eyes. Hope everyone is feeling relaxed as I am. I could sit here for as long as I want to, but I totally forgot that we're doing a program. So because that's how good this treatment is. It was really nice to just really calm myself down, which is really great. What you can do right now, when you're ready, you can actually rinse and dry your feet, and then put your foot bucket to the side. With your ice pack, if you like, you can just still keep it in your rib area. If you tucked it into your under your pants, that's okay as well. But if you want, you can just put it to the side while you rinse your feet from there. So I'm going to quickly rinse my feet while we do that. Hope everyone's cleared up. What we can do is, if you can just go to the next slide, please. Let's perhaps, now that we've cleaned up, we've sort of just a bit of relax. If you want to keep the ice pack that you can also put it to on the side. Just put your hands out and just see if you feel anything. We've got the pictures over here to show you if you're feeling a particular finger, just so you know which chakra it relates to or energy centers. Feel free to share it into the chat and maybe we can discuss this a little bit more. Just take a couple of deep breaths in just to settle yourself. Give your hands a bit of a wipe as well. See if you feel anything. You could either feel one finger or you could either feel maybe multiple or maybe certain sites a little bit hot or cold, whichever. Any sensation is good sensation, I would say. For me, I'm definitely feeling like my right side is a bit of a, I'm trying to find the right word over here. Like having the AC on because I'm feeling very cool right now. That's right. This is how cool this treatment is. Pun intended, by the way, because it's just such a cooling treatment because it's as the words say, we're using the water, the salt, and also the cooling element from the site from the ice. So it's really nice to sort of see that from there. And I noticed that someone was saying that they had the right index finger tingling. So that's relating to your the energy center, which is over here, which is we call it the Vishuddhi energy center. And that's usually in relation to either could be maybe I'm probably just gonna just just put a bit of a blanket over here and say that it's maybe something to do with the way you communicate, how, I guess, how collective you are in terms of how much of a people person you are, and also just the way you speak in general. So maybe it could be relating to that as well. So very normal to have that. So thanks for sharing that. If anybody has any other sensation, please feel free to either share it in the chat so we can actually talk a little bit more about that. I just got someone who just said that while foot soak, I felt tingling on the right little finger for a few seconds. So I'm assuming it's relating to this finger, your pinky. That's in relation to your heart chakra. And usually with that, it's if you remember, probably on day 1 or day 2, when we were doing the self-realization, we were talking about realizing that you are the spirit. So just could be just maybe your own, I guess, your own belief for, I guess, believing in the spirit, so to speak. And just maybe in general, sometimes the left could be in this part over here, could just be about how you're feeling in general as well. I saw that somebody felt a left index also tingling for the same person. Yes, very normal to have that. If you were maybe talking quite a lot, or just in general, maybe there was a lot of conversations that was being had. Could just be in general, maybe just some form of fatigue that is there. But also the one thing as well, the left index finger is relating to the energy center of the Vishuddhi again, the same channel as around the throat. If you remember, again, going back to probably day 1, day 2, we were doing one of the affirmations that said, I am not guilty. So could be, I'm not sure what the current situation is, but maybe, is there maybe some guilt? Could be, not sure. But maybe just something for you to just have a think about, but we can talk about a bit later as well. I noticed someone said that right finger is heavy, and then my left index finger is tingling. Again, just relating to the heart, the heart chakra, and also the index finger. Again, just something to do with communication. So maybe you've had I don't know. I'm just putting assumption over here. I could be wrong, but again, it could be relating to just communication. Tingling in my palms. So we're talking about the energy center, as you can see on the picture over there. Could be either, I guess question could be if it's either in the center or maybe towards the outer ring. If it's the outer ring, we're talking about the void center, which is the where we talked about being your own master. If it's the actual center, the middle part, it is actually talking about your final chakra, which is getting the self-realization. Could be maybe just yeah, again, I'm assuming over here could be there could be a factor of things, but I wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It's just maybe if your chakras being awakened, so to speak, or there's some form of sensation coming over there. Someone felt left palm is very warm, and my thumbs are both on both hands are a bit heavy. Left palm, I think if you're feeling that, we definitely could be raised in tomorrow's session with regards to the candle treatment, because the candle treatment talks about the left side, and we'll talk a little bit about that later on. Thumbs are both hands are heavy. Thumb is in relating to the again the where I'm putting the ice pack. That's where the actual sorry, what's the word? My brain is freezing. I'm a bit thoughtless at the moment. Right side where you're putting the ice pack, that's the center of the Swadhisthana chakra. So it could be in relation to in relation to just maybe your thinking. So it could be a matter of just having just could be just a thinking thing. Maybe there was a bit of usually the Swadhisthana can also be relating to your pure desire, and also sometimes a bit of maybe if you had a very anger, I guess a day that had make you feel angry about something. Not sure. Again, just blanket statement. There could be a plethora of things, but yeah, just that's that. While foot soak felt very sleepy. That is a good sign. That means you've had a good foot soak. So really good, good thing to happen. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because the foot soak, just from a personal experience, I do foot soak before going to bed, and I get the best night's sleep ever. So totally recommend doing that. It's one of the best things ever. Um, and yeah, I think someone was feeling, oh yeah, okay, cool. I think I've already addressed those. Cool, awesome. Looks like we've got a couple more. I think someone was saying center of my left palm, I feel a spiral movement, not tingling. I would say if it's the center of my left palm, so I think maybe just that means that there's something pulsating, so to speak. Maybe you're feeling that chakra, so to speak. It could be just again we talk about being your own master. Maybe something is it's a soul searching thing, so to speak. Whatnot. So it could be maybe just something that's awakening in you, so to speak. One question, when doing a foot soak before bed, how long do we meditate for? As long as you want. I've done 5 minutes, I've done 10. It's really up to you. As you saw before when we were just doing the foot soak over there, I could have just kept going, but then I forgot that I was in the program. So I was just in that thoughtless. It's up to you. There's no right time or whatnot, but just keep it sort of 10, 15 minutes. That's sort of like a good average. But I wouldn't be, if you're not time sensitive, then just, yeah, sit down and just meditate. And that will be the best way. Like I said, I do this before going to sleep. It's the best thing ever. Totally recommend. Cool, awesome. We can probably move on to the next slide, please, where we talk about sorry, not that one, sorry. We'll share so now I have shared a little bit about this treatment, but let's actually hear from the founder herself, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, speak a little bit about the about why it's so important to clear the right side. Shimaji is someone who she explains it so eloquently, and she actually goes into a little bit about the I wouldn't say too much, but Shimaji really gives a really detailed explanation of why the right side is why this treatment is so apt for the right side, and she does a bit of scientific explanation to do this. So I'd like to sort of just without me saying anything more, I'd like to share the video if you can, please, Mitya, so that everybody can listen to. Thank you.
On your fingertips, you can feel the centers of other person. If something is fishy, you can feel it. If somebody is cheating you, you can feel it. Everything. Your fingers speak. This is what Muhammad Sahib has said. At the time of resurrection, your hands will speak clearly. How can hands speak? This is how, because all these 5 fingers are the centers, 6th and 7th center. One on the physical side, another on the physical and also mental side is the right side, and the emotional side on the left side. These are 2 different systems within us which people are not understanding, that there are 2 channels within us, what we call as the autonomous nervous system has got parasympathetic nervous system in the center, but there are 2 left and right sympathetic nervous systems, and these are the 2 systems that are enlightened on your fingertips, by which you know exactly what is wrong with you, what centers you are catching. That is self-knowledge. People will go mad, but they will not know they are getting mad. They will have cancer, they will not know they are having cancer. This indication tells you exactly what's wrong with you. Now, if you know how to correct your centers, you can correct the centers of others also. Then also, there's another achievement is that you become collectively conscious. Means you can feel others on your fingertips. You can feel others on your fingertips. Who is the other? That's what we think. But nobody is the other. We are part and parcel of one spiritual personality. And once somebody has problem, we immediately know there's a problem. Because on the fingertips you can feel it. This is true knowledge. It's not some sort of reading a book or some sort of a thing. But it's a true knowledge within yourself, which you know yourself, which we call as cognitive science, which works within yourself. You don't have to go out to read anything, to understand anything. Your own being itself is a complete computer, I should say, which tells you what's what, who is what. We have no idea as to what we are. We have not been given any idea as to what potential we have. It's tremendous it is. It is tremendous. And if it works, it will work for you, for your family, for your children, for your city, for your nation, and for the whole world. So this has to become a collective understanding within yourself, not mentally. Mental understanding is just temporary and passes off. But it's an actualization, again and again I say, it's the actualization of the knowledge within yourself. Then they talk only of that. They talk in the words of chakras, of the centers. That person is this, that person has got this, I have got this. Now, on your fingertips, which gives you a perfect answer for everything. Then it looks after you, it protects you, it guides you, as I told you, and guides you in the right way, in the right manner. And how it achieves things is wonderful. So we have to first and foremost understand that we have to have that spatial personality of a self-realized personality, which will really help and care for others. It's not just talking, it's not just reading, it's not just following some false guru, but it is following yourself, which is to show that you are your own master. You become your master and you know everything about everything. This is the potential in all of you. As I said, it is not only for few people, it's not for only black-white people, but it's also meant for people who are uneducated, who are living in the villages, who are very simple people. It works for all of them, and when it works, you'll be amazed how it transforms you and transforms others. And you become so confident about yourself. You don't doubt yourself, because there's an absolute knowledge on your fingertips. It is something that is within you which you should achieve. Of course, for this you should know that so far you have not known, so you have to know. As long as you have this attitude, it would work out. I cannot force, Sahaja Yoga cannot force on anyone self-realization. It cannot be forced. It has to be asked for. Unless and until you knock the door, it won't work out. It works out for people only who really want it and who want to become self-realized. As a result, you don't have any responsibilities. It's only the responsibility of the all-pervading power that does everything for you, that looks after you, that guides you. and takes you to the right places, to the right situations, and guides you in such a manner that you are amazed. How is it? How is it working? How is it working out? There will be no meaning left to any miracles. But these miracles are not like taking out a diamond and things like that. But it's a miracle how the circumstances will change, how people will change, how you will become such a joyous, lovable personality. On this subject, I don't know how many lectures I have given, and there's no end to it. But I would say that you should take your realization and go into our programs, whatever they have, and grow into it. Because you take some time to grow, like a seed sprouts, but it takes time to become a tree. But hardly 1 month at the most. And don't have to pay there also, again I'll tell you. Nothing has to be paid. You just give some time to yourself and it will work out. When you have mastered it, you'll be amazed what you can do. A month at the most. Some people just get it and they don't have to do anything, just they know. But most of the people have to do it. It improves everything, your thinking capacity, in the sense your brains get enlightened. You become a very large-hearted personality. And other things that we think of prosperity and all that, all comes through. This I'm just telling you, like a mother would like to give a castor oil with little chocolate on top. But main thing is you must know yourself how great you are. That is what every mother wants her child to know. That's my only desire is in America, if it spreads. In that manner, it will all be a great thing, a great boon for the whole world. May God bless you.
Wow, was so apt. As I said, Shimaji says it really, really well. And it's what you have over here is you've by having your self-realization, you now planted a seed. And just like a plant, it is your responsibility to nurture it and look after it so it becomes the flower. And that flower is when your Kundalini rises. And part of that activity is when you learn how to raise your Kundalini and give yourself abundance. And the other thing that we do is all these techniques that we're teaching you. So making sure that we're not towards the right, more towards the center. Too often in our day-to-day, we always think about what happened before, what happened after. But we forget that we need to be here and present. Because being present doesn't get talked a lot. And being here, your very presence here, means that you see something and you see some value for that for yourself. And as Shimaji said, she can talk a lot about this, but you have to constantly seek it and you have to constantly be the one to work on it yourself. So if there's one thing that I would sort of leave with you all today is with this technique, be conscious about where your thoughts are going and how you move with them. And remember that the thoughts is just a separate thing. You are what we call in Sahaja Yoga, we want to achieve that thoughtless awareness, where you're aware, but you're not attached to a thought. And you also don't think about it, but you're aware that you don't think about it. It's funny when I got my self-realization, I was a kid when I got this, and I thought to myself, oh, it's like you shouldn't think. But then I'm like, how does one not think? That's what our brain does. And as over time, I realized that it's a process, and if you keep your meditation up and if you keep working towards it, it's beyond words. And I think that's a good way to wrap it up from here from my side. I would say with regards to the ice pack, please do it as regularly as you can. If you're ever feeling like you're a bit too into the far right, in the sense that you're too ahead thinking, Get that ice pack out. It's so easy. Just put it in a Ziploc bag, couple of ice, sit down, meditate, done. And that's it for me. And I can see Subhani's back as well. Welcome back.
Thank you, Sean. That was a very, very nice meditation. Thank you very much for that. I'm pretty sure that everybody in our participant group really, really enjoyed it. Everybody's feeling super cool. And let's not worry. Just a last note on the tinglings and the, warmth and here and there. That's all a part of life. That's what the world is like. And this is the reason we meditate, because so we can come back inside within ourselves. We can come back to the center, take a deep breath, and just rebalance, recharge ourselves. So thank you, Sean, for those amazing techniques, cooling off the right side today. If there are any questions, you may now raise your hands if you'd like to speak up. I'm sure we can arrange to unmute your logins, or if you would like to ask any more questions on the chat.
Not just everybody falling asleep.
Well, no, I think you've answered all the questions so brilliantly just then. So very good. This is where we want to be. We want to be in Thoughtless, and I think we've all reached there. So I wouldn't do a lot of talking. If you can please have the slides back, we'll just touch up on what we will need for tomorrow, and then we can wrap it up. So tomorrow we're going to be talking about the left side. So Sean's very brilliantly explained to us on how to cool off the right side. Tomorrow let's talk about if we are feeling emotional, anxious, depressed, or overwhelmed with too much emotion. How do we deal with that? How do we clear out our left channel, and how much love we feel when our left channel is in balance? So let's look forward to that conversation. That's for tomorrow night. What we will need is, again, we will learn some treatments specifically to clear the left side. So for that, please bring along a small candle, a candle holder if you have one, something that's safe, because we might move the candle here and there just around our body a little bit. So something that is safe to hold so the wax wouldn't fall on your hands, etc. Matches and a lighter. If you don't have a candle holder, just a bowl on which you could stick the candle could be good as well. Feel free to use a tea light candle to begin with. If you don't have one, that's all right. So yeah, just something to light the candle, of course. So that's the simple materials requirement for tomorrow, and we'll talk more on left side. As always, please remember, there are a bunch of resources. Sahaja Yoga is always free and always available to anyone who's seeking. And yeah, so there's a bunch of website program resources available on the website. So please feel free to visit the website. It's available in multiple languages as well. We've got our sessions for the past 7 days and today's session as well, recorded and available streamed through YouTube. So you can watch the recordings if you've missed any sessions. And yeah, so look through the resources. If you haven't joined us on WhatsApp, go ahead and join our WhatsApp group as well. There's a community you can interact within the group, and a bunch, multiple resources and messages posted for daily meditation support and other things. You can also register for other courses through the website. Is there a WhatsApp group for this? Could you share the link, please? Yes, Susan. So there is a WhatsApp group for this particular group, and that's the group on the screen just now. So you can just go onto the website. If you click on that link where the WhatsApp sign is there, you could use that link to join. If you're unable to join, just let us know tomorrow and we can help you out. All right then. Well, if there's no more questions, we will, Sean's just posted the WhatsApp link as well in the chat. So please have a look and you may use that link directly to join the WhatsApp group. Thank you, Sean. All right then. So if there's no further questions, we will say goodbye for now and good night for now. Have a lovely, restful sleep. We'll be back in the balance and back in the center. Thanks once again, Sean, for your time.
No worries. Yeah, it's been wonderful. Thank you.
All right, then. We bow to all the seekers and all the members who've come together for meditation tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.